Right, today's session is very exciting. I think you can see with the heading, how to make more money. Two things are very synonymous in life. It's either you're making money or you're not making money. So you then have to choose which one you want. So without wasting time, ladies and gentlemen, it's always an honor and a privilege to invite to the podium the man, the brand himself. He has been rated as a quintessential and also noted by the Marketers Association of Zimbabwe as a maverick of his time. He is a brand who speaks on multi-platforms. He is also the current reigning GM of Siemens Group. He is a man who has opened not only 4, 5, but 6 private medical institutions, as well as opening the first rehabilitation psychiatric units in Zimbabwe. He has sat on various boards, including being the director in the psychiatric unit of the government of Zimbabwe, and has represented multifaceted companies which are blue list listed on the stock exchange of Zimbabwe, such as Metal and Gold Company, Nestle group of companies in Zimbabwe, and he continues to grow strength from strength, also now being the head pastor of Wisdom City Ministries International, the house in which we are all currently sitting. Ladies and gentlemen, can I kindly ask you all to stand to your feet and give a round of applause as I invite to the podium the man, the brand, Dr. S.M. CHIRISA.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you. Please take your seats. It's always a pleasure to see you all coming out on a Friday evening. You could have so many other things to do, but I'm glad that you are here. And the reason why we are here today is because issues of money and finances are very topical, not only in your life, your marriage, your business, but actually the whole world is a money world. All the things that you're seeing happening in Ukraine right now, it's all about money, okay? So if you don't have a hold on finances and on your money, I can assure you, in this life here on earth, you will be in trouble. Who knows what I'm talking about? Okay? I've been broke and I don't like it at all. And it's the worst. It's like as if the whole world is crashing down on you. So this topic that we are dealing with here is so important. And I want to talk to somebody here who just thinks that, look, you know what? I will just leave anyhow and what? When I hear anybody speaking that kind of talk, I know that they've given up on success. They've given up on life. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Anybody who say, no, as long as I'm alive, as long as I've got something to wear, you are not my friend. I don't talk that language. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Because that's a language of somebody who has given up. And most of the people around you have given up. Most of your relatives have given up. Most of your brothers and sisters, they've already given up on life, and they'll just say, as long that kind of talk. Okay? And if you are in this place, that should not be your language. Your language is to say, despite what is happening, I am going to make it, and I have to make money. Before I die, in my lifetime, I will become a millionaire. I am becoming one. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And that's the kind of talk that we want you to adopt and to be. Now, some of you, unfortunately, you realize that money is important in life, late in life. Because I realized that I needed money while I was still at university. So my first business, I started it when I was in third year university. I realized that the money that my parents were giving me, and the amount at that time, there were grants. The grants were getting little by little, and I realized that these grants will not give me the kind of lifestyle that I want. So I started my business in university. Now, some of you say, you must concentrate on your studies. Listen to this. I did not fail. I did not get a sub. I passed, and I had more money than my parents during my time at the university. You understand what I'm saying? So some of the things, and we started things right from scratch. So today we're going to talk about how to make more money. And there are just a few ideas that I want you to get. And I want you to understand that making money has to do with your thinking. Has to do with your what? With your thinking. Right now, if you're not making money, it means that your thinking is not attracting and is not able to give you money. Now, let me break this down. And before I go any further, after tonight, we are going to have some time to socialize with drinks, with some eats, courtesy of some of our mentees here. Number one, fine dining. If you could just stand, Tracy, please. She started her business. She has already won awards, and we should be showcasing some of the things that she does. She now has got established a school of catering, which is now recognized internationally with City and Guilds. Come on, and a hand of applause. And as announced last time, Chidonga did all the drinks on the house. And so please don't go away. What will I do with all those drinks? Okay? So stick around. Now, money has to do with the way you are thinking. Now, unfortunately, the way you are thinking is programmed when you are born or even before you are born. And most of us in this house right now, we were born into families that were either poor or broke. So your mentality concerning money has got a lot of reflection. It's a mirror image of where you were brought up in. And you were taught to survive. And anybody who is a survivalist can never increase money, because all you're looking is just enough for you to go to the next day. You understand what I'm saying? So the reason why you need to come to meetings like this, the reason why you need to come to seminars or meetings like this is because what we're trying to do is to change your thinking concerning money. Okay? And a lot of people will ask, you know what? We've got white people in this country who don't have degrees, who don't have O-level, but are making more money than you. And the reason why they're making more money than you is because of the way they think. They think so differently. They also think what I call they've got what I call a possibility mentality. So when they enter into anything, they say, you know what? There's no white guy who is saying, I want to be employed by a black guy. Every white boy is saying, I'm going to employ black people. It's a mentality. And your mentality is to look, I want to be employed by a white guy. I want to work for a white corporation. And as the man thinketh, so is he. So you get what you are thinking. You get what you are thinking. And so money is a function of flow. Yeah, is flows to you as a function of what you are thinking. So today I'm going to be discussing some ways of thinking that will cause you, to increase your money. Definitely, this thing doesn't want to move. Okay, we'll find another way. Don't want to disturb this. So, if you've got the right thinking, what is going to happen is that it's going to affect your strategy that you are applying in your life, that you are applying in your business. It's going to also affect the way you focus. What do you focus on? It's going to affect where you're going to put your efforts. Because if I ask any one of you today and say, what were you doing today? You will say you were busy. Who was busy today? Okay, every hand is up, okay? Everybody was busy. But busy doing what? Busy doing what? And what we're going to be discussing today is going to help you to put your thinking and your effort. So it's going to affect where you put your effort. It's also going to affect where you put your investments, where you put your money. It's going to change the way you strategize. Am I talking to somebody? And that thinking is what I want to call today the Pareto Principle. The Pareto Principle. Everybody say Pareto Principle. Now, the Pareto Principle is a way of thinking. It's a way of thinking. And what it says is this. It is also, the Pareto Principle is also called the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 what? Everybody say 80-20 rule. Now, I want to break it down because you have to understand this, because it's going to change the way you do your things and start making more money. And I'll also give you personal examples, and my wife is here to testify. Years ago, I used to, at one time, years ago, I was still very young. And when you are young, I urge you to try all things. I still remember at that time, I was running a fuel station in Marondera, the Total, which is right there. I was the one who was running it. At that time, I also used to have buses. I used to have a Dyna Clipper, which was pirated. Not only that, I also had hospitals, I also had pharmacies, I also had clinics, I was working, and I was doing chrome, I was doing gold, and I also was doing earth moving. I used to do some roads and all those kind of things. And at the same time, I was building houses. So at one time, I then looked at what I was doing. I was doing more than 17 different projects. I was moving money at one time. I also moved money. Oh yeah, I think we moved about 10 million from the UK to Zim at that time. But what then happened is, I then got hold of the Pareto Principle. And the Pareto Principle says this, and I want you to start thinking about what you are doing, about your business, and about what you need to do. Because it's going to change your strategy, it's going to change your focus, it's going to change your effort level, it's going to change where you are going to invest so that you start making money. So the Pareto Principle simply says this: 20% of your effort is producing 80% of your money. So if you are making $100, it's the 20% of what you're doing which is producing most of that money. The other 80% that you are doing is producing the 20. Now, this Pareto Principle has been tested in everything. And in this instance, 80% of the crime in the country is done by 20% of the criminals. 80% of the accidents, they occur to 20% of the drivers. In fact, there are some drivers who have got accidents every year. 80% of your money comes from 20% of your effort. 20% of the money in this country is owned by, 80% of the money in this country is owed by 20% of the people in the country. 80% of the wealth in this room is owned by 20% of the people in this room. 80% of the complaints about your business are coming from 20% of the clients. 20% of your profits, investment profits, are coming from 20% of your investment portfolio. Let me go down further to what some of you understand. You wear 20% of your clothes in your wardrobe 80% of the time. You know that shirt, and you know that shoe. You've got other nicer shoes. And this one is almost like this, but that's the shoe. It's the Pareto, everybody say Pareto Principle. In a church, 20% of the church pays their tithes. 20% of the church comes to church all the time. The other 80, are you hearing what I'm saying? So the Pareto Principle will help you now to focus, because what you have been doing is that you have been focusing on the 80% effort of the things that give you 20%. Instead of focusing your energy, your time, your investment, your reading on the 20. So the Pareto Principle is all about doing more, doing less that give you more. So of those 17 companies that I was running, I realized that most of my money was coming from 20% of the activities, 20% of those companies. In fact, Dr. Mabiza, of all your clinics, most of your money comes from 20% of the clinics. The other ones, you keep them because you just want to. But if you really look, where your money is coming from 20%. And in those clinics, the money. So, I used to run pharmacies, okay? In fact, I run pharmacies right now for the company that I work for, and I teach them this principle. 80% of our revenue from the pharmacies with over 400 medicines comes from the top 20 drugs. So what I then do is to make sure that those top 20 drugs, they don't run out, because they're the ones that give me 80% of my revenue. So I would rather have 90 products, but among those 90 products, I make sure that the 20% should never be out of stock. If they're out of stock, you are fired. Because when 20% is out of stock, you are making my money go down than having the 380, which contribute 20% of the revenue. If you are selling cars, 20% of the cars that you are selling are sold more than the others. If you are selling shoes, 20% of the shoes or the styles are the ones that give you money. If you are, whatever you are doing, 20% of your money is coming from 20% of the people that you are dealing with. If you are in a hair salon, 20% of your clients are the ones that are giving you 80%. The other ones, they want $1. There are 20% who come and say 100, and they're the ones who are really giving you money. So it doesn't matter what you are doing. You're a florist, right? 80% of your money is going to come to 20% of the flower arrangements. It's also going to come from certain people. 20% will contribute 80%. And most of you now, what you are doing is you are focusing on the 80 that give you the 20%. In fact, when you are thinking about a strategy, you are saying, how can I turn the 80 to increase the 80? And that's where you are getting it wrong. You don't increase your money by focusing on the much that is giving you the little. It's better for you to double the 20%. Because if you double the 80, you increase your money by 20%. But if you double the 20, you increase your money by another 80%. Is this clear now? Now, I know when you say, I want you to make more money, some people will say, where will you get money for loan? That's what some of you were thinking today. But it's a matter of thinking and say, what are you doing right now? Where? So, I want you today to go home and list the things that you are doing, to list the things that you are selling, to list the customers that are buying from you. List them. Who are they? Look who has bought the most. You will realize that is the 20%, and those are the people that you must take to lunch. Those are the people you must be nice to. Those are the people who you must go and say, what is it? Your next order, what is it? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Because those are the people that you must, those are the ones that you must, they are the special ones. They are the what? The special ones. Now, don't give me this attitude, all people are the same, I'll treat them all the same. No! There are some certain people that are giving you money, 20%. And if you concentrate on those 20%, if you please those 20%, and if you make sure that those 20%, you actually double your money. Because the Pareto Principle is about concentrating on the few that are giving you the greatest value. And it applies in everything. You are a pastor. There are certain people who you concentrate on, and they are gods. You understand what I'm saying? They don't bring anybody to church. They don't come for the meetings. If I see you like that, I don't concentrate on you. Because I am a wise pastor. I use the Pareto Principle. I will concentrate on the people that give me value. Yes. If it was the Sunday, I would say, are you the 20 or you are the 80? You understand what I'm saying? So this is what you need to understand, ladies and gentlemen. You have to understand. So the principle is about pick the tasks with the least effort, but with the greatest reward. Not everything that you are doing. Today you are tired. You did probably 10 things. Since morning you did 10 things. But of those 10 things that you did that are making you tired, only 2 things actually made you money. The rest made you no money. In fact, you lost money in the rest of the 8. So what should I do? That's why a lot of people ask and say, Dr. CHIRISA, you are a pastor. You are in business. You are in the marketplace. Are you hearing what I'm saying? How do you manage it? Because I use the Pareto Principle. I focus on the things that give me the greatest value. And wherever I am succeeding, I am doing well, I am at the top of the food chain. Why? Because I'm not doing things because busyness is not effectiveness. Most of you are just busy running, but you are going nowhere. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Okay? Am I talking to somebody? Am I talking to somebody? So I focus on the things. I do things that are less, but that give me more. So when I see that the activity that you want me to do does not add value to me, I don't do it. I will not do it. I will not give you my strength. I will not give you my time. Because I only focus on the things that give me value. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You must ignore resources and things that give you weak results. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yes. If you go and do, Doc, you've got a lab. If you look at the lab test, 20% are giving you 80% of the revenue. Those ones, you should never run out of the kits. The other ones are, you can have one. You might not even have them, and you can even sublet them to other labs, and then you what? But these 20 ones, those ones you must have. Am I talking? Am I talking? You are a carpenter. Look at the things that you have done over the years, or over in 1 year, or in 1 month. 80% of them are coming from 20%. The less give you more. So what I do is I concentrate on the less. Because I concentrate on the less, I become excellent at the less. And when I'm excellent and I'm so good at those few things, I rise to the top. Because excellence allows you to charge more money. So that's why you find those who come to this church, although I can preach on any message, but when I go out, I concentrate on certain few topics. Out of all the topics that can be preached, I focus on the ones that I do the Pareto Principle. You understand what I'm saying? So what you need to do is the 80% of the things that you are doing, you outsource. You don't have to be good at it. One of the things that I've learned in the past year is that most of us, we want to strengthen our weaknesses. The things that we are weakest, that's what we want to strengthen. But listen to this. A donkey that is trained like a horse, given horses attention and training, will always be beaten by an average horse. Because there's inherent capacity of the things that you are able to do. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So most of us, because we don't understand, because our thinking is flawed, so what I do is I maximize my strength. And my strength is usually the 20%. So there are things that I cannot do. I cannot do accounts. Yes, I can't do accounts. Yes, I can't do law. Yes, I can't do clearing and all those. But there are things that I can do. My 20%. So instead of me going and study how to clear things at the border, I'm trying to strengthen my what? My 80%. Things that I'm weak. So the Pareto Principle allows you to concentrate so you can actually look and say, what are the areas that I need for my business to work? What are my areas of strength? And you strengthen your strengths. Become so strong in your strengths so that when people are looking for people who are strong in the areas that you are strength, you are the number one. Because people will never say, Anpeza one round. We will never look at you because there's bold who can do more than you. But there are things that bold cannot do. You understand? So government officials, companies will come and look for you and give you business and you make more money because you have strengthened your strength. You have never done a strength analysis of yourself. Look at the 80 things that you do so well and you become brilliant. If you can speak, then go for a speaking course. You understand what I'm saying? Am I talking here? So I maximize my strengths. And what I do is I manage my weakness. You understand what I'm saying? So you can ask my wife, the kind of books that are in my library, they've got nothing to do with my weakness. Nothing. I only need one book which told me, manage your weaknesses. Maximize. The rest is about maximizing my strength. You understand what I'm saying? Or I hire my weaknesses. I sublet my weaknesses. Is that making sense? So develop the mentality to block the things that take 80% of your time and give you 20%. And I can assure you that today you wasted your time on the 80% that gave you 20. That's why you're going nowhere. When I'm at home, I don't wash my car. It takes 2 hours to wash my car. I would rather listen to an audio tape and book in 2 hours than to wash my car. Because all I will do after that car is going to get dirty. But after 2 hours, I will have knowledge which nobody can take away from my brain. I maximize my 80%. So this helps me. So employ people that will help you to achieve on the things that you are not good at. Is this helping somebody? So the Pareto Principle helps me to manage my time. And what I do is I focus what I call on the HPAs, high payoff activities. Most of the people are tired with things that I call the low payoff activities, the LPAs. Forgive me there, I said low HPAs. It's low PAs. Low LPAs. So most of you are tired. So at the end of the day, at 6 o'clock, we are all seated and say, damn it, do that. But you all want the same energy, the same time, the same mileage that you did, but you did it on the low payoff activities. You concentrated on the 80%. I concentrated on the what? HPAs. So we are all tired, but the level of advancement and the level of money in the bank is different. So, there are people who are making more money than you, not because they are more clever than you, but they've got a line of thinking that is just better than yours. And these are things that were never taught at school. Because at school, the headmaster said, work hard. Work hard. It's about working hard on the right things. Not just working hard on everything. I must work hard on the right things. I must focus on the right things. Stop wasting time on the 80 that are useless. If you are doing agriculture, you've got a surgery, you've got this. Look at the businesses. Which is the business that's making you money? Focus on that now. Make so much money there, and the other ones, you make them hobbies. If you've got a farm, look at the things that are giving you money. Focus on those. Don't try to go into things where you're losing money. Don't try to diversify before you make money. A lot of people say, no, you have to diversify for safety. No. That is advice for the poor. The poor are told to diversify. If you look at the rich people, they don't diversify. They focus. Once they have made money in the thing they've focused, then they start to put it in other things. So you diversify when you are rich. You don't diversify when you are poor. Oh yes. Things that you were never taught at school. That's what we are teaching you here. So you focus on the things that make you money. Once you have made the money, you can then diversify. You diversify when you've got money. That's why you then find these rich guys are buying houses, are buying flats, but they didn't start with that. They started with one company that gave them money. When they made money from there, then that's when they started to diversify. You want to diversify when you've got nothing to put. You go. You know, I had to let go of a farm. Ask my wife. Got a farm. I regret it now, but I think it was the right decision then. I'm now looking for a farm to do now because I've got the money now. But I looked and said, look, if I start to do farming now, I will take all the money from where I'm making money and put into this thing. Where I'm making money will drop. Where I'm putting the money will drop. I'll have two things that are failing. And that's what some of you have done. And you have failed in multiple things. Because you took money from where you're making money and you put money where there was no money. At the end, you had no money nowhere. Because you don't think right. It's not about the number of things that you are doing. You can do one thing. How many things? One. In fact, can I tell you a secret? It does not take many things for you to be rich. All you need to do is to have one thing. One thing, and it is a better. Who lied to you? You need to succeed in everything. No. So you are gifted in a certain area. Focus on that area. You will make it. Am I talking to somebody? So when I'm now looking at my strategy, I don't strategize on the 80%. I strategize on the 20% things that are giving me what? 80%. Those are the things that I want to double. Those are the businesses that I want to expand. Those are the products I want to sell. The things that are giving me my what? My 80% of my money. If you start to think that way, your money will increase. Next month, your money will increase. Because you're now focusing on the right things. You're now focusing on the right things. Am I talking to somebody? Am I talking to somebody? So the key is work out the few things that are really important, high payoff activities. Even when, a lot of people have got many mentors. The other time, somebody was asking, how many mentors should I have? You don't need many. Just follow one. I follow one mentor. I always say I follow a mentor until I am at their level or above. That's when I change. When your mentor is still above your level, you've got no reason to change or to listen to anybody. Hello? Huh? Yes. The second thing to make money, which is not there, is you just need to go around, be around people who've got more money. If all the people that are around you have got the same money with you, where are you going? If you've got broke friends around you, Where are you? How can you want to say, oh, I want to make more money? How? Because all the ideas you are sharing are broke ideas or are ideas that are keeping you in that world. If it's a $1,000 group, it's all. That's why you see good wafana kana we unonzwa castles where. Kana we sona mavits. And guess what? One of our group re mavits vachita every Saturday vachiterana na mavits. Vachita Vits Club. Even if I had a VIT, I would not join such a group. I would join a Bentley group into a VIT. Because it's a matter of time until I change my VIT into a Bentley. But if you are playing with a VIT group or Autista group, you have seen them. Not me. I don't want to spend time with your level. No. That's why I'm not your friend. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Why do you want me to speak to you about what? So when I'm talking to people, I'm spending time with people. I'm spending time with people who've got buildings and say, look, this 8-story building is mine. This one is mine. I've got another one in the UK. So why you don't even have a stand and you want me to be your friend? I want to make more money. You are a liability. So I look for people who are doing better. I hang around the kwana. I sometimes even pay money to be in the company of those people. You are better off buying me lunch, even if I've got more money than you, so that you can just tap, because you don't need fish, you need the method to fish. And you get it by being around people that have got the money. So don't say, hey, no, I'm the into that American hi and bye. I even say, huh? And that's what you have to do. You have and this thing about criticizing people who've got money. How are you going to make money? When you criticize aninyoka. Go and get your own nyoka then. Panaka mona nyoka no rutamar. Saka muzwati saka imfoti nanga saka there is benga ine nyoka gadzinga chikorusa. Eh? Zanze you are aneruva rinobuda ma imi. Sa Bill Gates anengane nyoka dzeseka kana dzekumazi ndoza anenge nazo dziri kubuditsa mari idzodzo. Get away from your African thinking. Money is a result of thinking. And we have to start thinking straight. We have to start playing with people with money and interact with people with money. And when you are in the presence of people with more money than you, don't ask for money, ask for the mind. Because if you get their mind, you will make their money. The problem is, whenever time you feel somebody with money, oh, and pay what 300 you start. Where will 300 get you? 3 Makona. Start to that start 300. If anybody I need to that start 300, are you hearing what I'm saying? I want to know how this guy is thinking. I want to know how he started. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And that's what we are doing. That's what we are doing. Okay? So that's how you make more money. The Pareto Principle. And you make more money by being around people with money. It's a matter of time until they're thinking. They will expose you to their world. They'll expose you to their machinery. And you will start making money. But if you continue running with people that are broke, they'll expose you to their broke world. And that's where you will stop. You understand what I'm saying? So, we are having this conference, wisdom conference in this church. And there's this guy there, George Manier. So on the 19th of March, which is on the Saturday, we are going to have George Manier coming in the morning. I'm going to be speaking with George Manier in here for our business seminar. So in March, we are not going to have the Dr. SM CHIRISA. We're going to have that one. It will be on a Saturday morning from 10:30 to 12 with question and answer. George Maniere is the guy behind Brainworks. At one time, he bought even Zimsan. In the past 20 years, he's the one who actually listed on the Johannesburg stock market, the only Zimbabwean who did that. He controls assets of more than 280 million. He's the CEO of multiple companies, and he's my age. I've been to his house, me and my wife. Oh, and the house is a $6 million house. Not to south. No. So, you cannot bring George Manier to your world. You can't. Because if you call him, he will not pick you up a call. But I'm bringing him so that you can be in the presence of great minds. So he's going to be talking to us how he started, how he's running, how he collected the money, how he made the money. He's the guy who was at Churchill, grew up in Highfield. So you've got no excuse that I come from Bara, I come from Mufakos. Who cares? So let's be in the house. Let's be ready to learn. Because you are here because you want to make money and you want to be great. And it shall be so. All right. So I'm also inviting you to this conference. Those who would come will be in here. We'll be having those speakers. If you can make it, it will be good to see you in the house. We'll take questions. We'll take questions. Don't worry, the drinks are being prepared now. So those who want to go out straight after. But so let's take questions. Let's ask, did this help? All right. Good.
Hello, thank you so much. Learned so much tonight. I just wanted to ask about when you spoke about surrounding yourself with people who are wealthier than you are. How do you tap into those groups? You did say pay, but sometimes you just don't have access. So how do you gain access? And then also just asking, this might be a little dig, but just asking for that person who is driving the Vitz at the time, who didn't have what you had, and you're saying, oh, but then what if they wanted to also then gain access to you as well for that? How does that balance out? I hope you understand what I mean.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So this is so practical because that's what we also had to do. Okay? We're not born at this level. And we are not ending at this level. Okay? And so how you do that is, that's why I say sometimes you have to pay. And you meet these great people at weddings. You meet these great people when you join places like this, okay? There are some rich people in this place that I can actually say, stand in this place, but you don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? But how you do, it's how you interact with them. When I know, or when I see that there's a meeting where a rich person is going, I then go and Google them. What have they done? Who are they? So everybody wants to be stroked. Everybody wants to be stroked. So when you see a rich person, you then go to that rich person and say, you know what? You are my inspiration. I was reading about you on Twitter. It really gave me, I'm a young man. I'm still starting out. And how can I get access? Can I buy you lunch? I can come to your office. Can I? You get what I'm saying? But you, when you are in presence, no, one thing, ED. Data front. You understand? So when you do that to rich people, you put them off. That's the last time they will know you. So what you do is you say, you are an inspiration. I've read your books. And you say something in the book to prove that you have read. And I never knew that I would meet you in such a place. I am honored. Thank you, sir. You are a legend. You are a living legend to our generation. That's what you say. Well, the moment you say that, anybody will call you. You say, come to my house. You understand? And that's what I did. You can ask my wife. So during my day when I was still growing up, when I was in the Wits Club, I went to guys that were rich at that time. I interviewed the Nigels. Even Nigels, I actually paid a course for him for 3 hours. I paid him 1,800 to teach me a certain course that he does. Here at Karigamombe, that's where he was, Kingdom, Ichiri Kingdom. There was a guy in Timber, who used to own First Mutual. I hosted him and I went to his house and said, Mudar, I want you to tell me. Because you were saying, work hard. I said, no, I'm working hard, but I cannot make money like what you are making. He said, come to my house. I went to his house. Something just changes inside of you. You get what I'm saying? Yes. You will never say again in a 2000 Neman and you start to keep a bamba. You will never say that. You understand what I'm saying? And he sat down, brought tea, and said, young man, you need to have strategy. You need to focus. There are streams of wealth. You don't make money in everything. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And he started to share things, which I'm still using today. Are you hearing what I'm saying? In the spiritual world, I'm mentored by Bishop Tudor Bismarck. He's the best preacher in the whole world. He's the prince of preaching. I didn't go there and say, Bishop, I want to be your son. Bishop, I want to be your son. Because he said, listen, I don't need another son. I've got 1,000 sons. But when I had the opportunity to meet him, I said, Bishop, I've read all your books. I've listened to all your messages that are on YouTube, all of them. Starting from the one that you preached in a small little church in England in 1993 or 83. And you said, wow, wow, wow. Then I said, I want to be your mentee. So now I'm mentored. I fly with him. He said, let's go. And we go. At my cost. Some of the cost, it cost 4,000 to just go. Me and my wife, we've gone there several times. Just to go out, just to be released. And he will say, let's go. When the mentee calls, everything stops. I go. Because those hours or those days with him are more than university. So I know how to behave in the presence of greatness. Most of you ask stupid questions. So, we all have to start in the VIT world or a Futron world and move up. But it takes wisdom for you to move and to tap from the wisdom of the people that have got money. Because you have been in the presence of people with money, but you do not have the wisdom. Can I quote a scripture? The Bible says, wisdom is like a deep well, and it needs to be drawn out, and you draw it out by what you say. So the day I met Bishop, he asked me one question. What do you want me to do for you? My ghetto mind was saying, introduce me to T.G. Jakes. That was my ghetto mind. I want to invite Mouse Monroe. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's your ghetto mind, though. You're going to, are you getting what I'm saying? That's a friend here, Bishop. That's your ghetto poor mindset. But my wisdom mind said, I want to know what you know. I want to value what you value. I want you to teach me things that are secrets to your success. No. You don't need what I have. You need the mind that I used to get what I have. And you will get it. Next question. Yes, there's a question there. Today's ladies are on fire. Yes. I'll be speaking to on Women's Day to the women's board of directors. I'm one of the speakers. So, yeah, it's good to see women coming up.
Okay, thank you. When you were presenting, I caught you said you have to identify your gift that can help you in making money. So I want to know, as an individual, how can you unearth your gift? Gift yakho. How can you identify it?
Okay, that's a good question. Now, gifting, a gift is a natural strength. It's a natural what? Strength. And one of the easiest way to ask your gift is to ask 10 people that are around you. Your friends. What am I good at? So you will hear some friends and say, look, if they're organizing a party, they don't call you, they call her. It's not favoritism. They've seen what you have done with parties. They've seen what they've done. So you might want to do parties, but we know. Just like some people might want to sing, but we know. Some people might want to cook, but we know. You understand what I'm saying? So you do what is called an analysis. Take stock with the people around you and ask them, give me 3 things that I am good at. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. You're good at encouraging. You're good at with money. You're good at counseling. You're good at this. They will tell you. People already know what your gift. It's only you who does not know your gift. Your husband knows, your friend knows, your best friend, your mom knows. They know where you're gifted. Your teacher knows. That's one way. The other thing is there are courses, like I did a strengths in which is called a Galinga's Strengths and Weakness Assessment. Well, it does cost money. It costs you 2,000 to do it, but it then tells you the kind of strengths that you are, and it rates you and things like that. So sometimes you actually have to pay money for you to know where you are. At my level, I can no longer be guessing and be told by my friends what my gift. I want to know professionally, so I paid that kind of level of money. You understand what I'm saying? And also, there are things that I always say to people. All of us here, there are things that we have done where we have made money. And there are things that we have done where we have lost money. And I always say, you make money in your area of gifting. And I also say, follow the flow of favor. There is an area where your favor is just flowing. When you want to do this, things seem to be cut. So sometimes kuoma kwezinu is not necessarily resistance, but it is you are probably going into an area where you are not favored or where you are not gifted. Flow in the area of your favor. It can actually be a pathway. I actually say that God actually leads you in the area where things are just flowing. A river is just flowing, and so I go with the flow, and usually it does. So there are places. So now I know that this area, I'm not gifted in this area. Even if I do, I will make it because it's my area of gifting. Okay? So you are gifted. There's nobody who is not gifted. And don't argue from extremes and say, are you getting what I'm saying? We are talking about you. So there is a gift in you. There's an area for you to make money. So I am not jealous about my brother who is making money in an area. I don't have to go there because that's his area of gifting. In the area, if he tries to come to my area, he will think, he will see fire. I don't know. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. I hope that answers your question. Yes. This is 14 past. We'll stop the questions at 20 past so that we have enough time to socialize and know each other. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Doc. So I'm trying to build one of the best marketing agencies in Africa, but I'm still starting. So my challenge basically is I realized what I'm actually good at in my business, which is marketing. Mm-hmm. So I'm good at advertising, creating adverts and stuff like that. And then I tried to get some people to do things that I'm not good at, which is actually talking to clients and convincing clients. I'm actually short-tempered sometimes. So there are other demands that I cannot handle, and I might end up scaling away the clients. So I had to enroll some people into my organization. I'm still building it. But however, in the process of trying to do that, scaling comes at a cost. So I'm facing a bit of a challenge to maximize, actually to increase the money that I've been making alone to cover the extra people that I've got into the business, who are actually amplifying my weaknesses, right? While I'm focusing on what I'm doing good. So I'm trying to find the balance of increasing the profits to cater for the other people that are already there. Because I seem to be making the same money that I was making when I was alone, but actually I now have other people who are waiting for that same amount of money. And at the end of the month, though, is too much month at the end of the money.
So what you have done, you have amplified the 80%, and you did not maximize the 20%. So what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to actually invest in yourself. What you have done, you have your marketing skills, even though you are good at it, have remained the same. You did not maximize yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So what I would have done was, I was going to, if I've seen that look, I was going to actually, if I were you, I would invest in myself such that I increase my marketing ability. Okay? How do I know that my marketing ability has increased? Big companies start to look for you. Who is? Do we know him? So where is he marketing? I don't know him. Do you know him? Do you know him? So, you must actually maximize your marketing, because the marketing is what is bringing the 80%. So what you might have actually needed to do was actually to bring yet another marketer who probably market in another way. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Maybe you'll be doing print media, you could be doing radio, whatever. Maybe you needed a social marketer or something like that. Not the people who know how to talk, but people who know how to market, because 80% of your revenue is coming from the activities that you're doing. So you needed to multiply. So that's why I said your focus and your strategy changes if you know where your money is coming from. If you know where your money is coming from, that's where you grow. You grew where your money is not coming from. That's why your money is still the same, even though you grew your company. You understand what I'm saying? So if I were you, I would terminate those people and hire people who do marketing. But who do marketing which you don't do, who do other levels of marketing. You understand what I'm saying? So now what I do is I now hire people who are in the same field that I do, but who don't do what I do, who do things that are around me, that amplify my 20%. That's what I would do. Pareto Principle. Okay? But also invest in yourself. Make yourself the best marketer. Learn the new skills of marketing. Learn where the world is going. Learn why the big companies, the Coca-Colas, all these that are marketing, that are paying big money, why are they paying those kind of monies to those people, and why are they not coming to you? If you put up a good marketing campaign, the whole nation will know. And they will look for you, because a gift will make room for you, and a work of excellence will cause people to be attracted to you. Look at this printing company, you know, Lighthouse. Everybody knows it. They don't have to advertise now. Their quality is good, and everybody goes there if they want, you know. But there are so many other printers I can see here. But why are they not coming? Because we are not sure. But there was something in a punch, they'll start to come. So you have to compete with the best. So measure yourself against the best and say, how can I be like those people? Visit the people that are doing better than you. Don't criticize them. Go there and learn. What are they doing right? Look at their campaign, critique it. What can I learn? Learn from your competitors. That's what I do. And become better. 20%, Baba. Yes. 2 more questions, then we stop.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Yes.
My question is somehow in line with the young man's question. I'm into candy manufacturing. I'm sure I've done a lot of businesses until from last year's seminars, I got to a point of understanding why we should focus on our strengths. So I make candy. My question then is, being in line with his question, I'm at a point where I've done the product initiation, I've tested the product, and I'm now satisfied. However, it comes to that point where I'm saying, for me to grow, I now need the people to back me up. For example, I'm not so good at marketing, but my strength is the product manufacturing. So how would you advise me? What advice would you give to me in line with growing my business?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So when you are an entrepreneur, at some point you will be doing multiple roles. Okay? You will be the marketer, you will be the front office, you will be the director, you will be the accounts person. Because if you start to employ people now, you don't have money, you can't even pay yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So what you need to do before you employ marketers, get the market for your business. So what you do is, remember I said you manage your weakness, which means that it is, when you are like that, you are better off coming to a seminar where we say we are going to teach you how to market. Okay? And you are going to, you know it's not your strength, but you need it because you don't have the money to hire people right now. Because you cannot hire people if the business is not making the money. You understand what I'm saying? So, which means that you have to learn certain basic marketing things. And for you, if you've got, I'll give you something which I always do. When you are introducing something on the market, nobody knows you, nobody cares about you, because there are other people that are making that same kind of candy. And their shops are already running. So you are going to have to sacrifice and make candy and give the people that actually make the orders and buy. So you are going to have to take your candy, go shop by shop to every buyer, and give them a sample. Give them a sample. Give them a sample. This support was scanning. This support was scanning. If you talk to 80, 20% will support you. Pareto Principle. But if you say, oh Lord, Dango, you supporting Gaengwe, people don't know you. People will support people that they know. You know. So I will tell you what I did with one of my companies. So this company, it's a 24-hour call center. It's a 24-hour call center, and it was new. And so what I did, I went and said to a group of HR, and I said, look, I want to do a presentation. And for you to do the, no, you cannot do a presentation because you are not a member of this organization. I said, okay, fine, I will sponsor dinner, I will sponsor teas and sponsor what, give me 5 minutes. So you go to your audience, and I was given 5 minutes, I presented who I am, what I do, and from there, I got the orders. But I had to go and present. Am I a marketer? No. I mean, but because I could not pay, I had to be strategic in my thinking and expose my idea to the people that actually buy. Most of you have got good ideas. The reason why nobody's buying is because the buyers, they do not know you. They don't even know that you sell what you sell. But you want them somehow to know. They are not prophets. You understand? So you actually have to, get attention from the people that matter. Unfortunately, the people that know that you are doing those things is your family, your husband, your ambuya, and your chakut, and who are not going to buy. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay? So it will be a good thing to come and sell. Next time, bring the things that you are selling, what are 50 cents, dollar, and people here test. If these 100 and so people here test that thing, they'll start to go, but they're good. And soon they'll say, I want to give me some for my children. And your number is there, and your telephone is there, and you get known. But you're not going to get known before you go to the people that use and that buy. So that's what I did. So now, that business, I don't even run it. I don't even know what happens there. There's a business development manager who is there, who's on an MBA and is now running it. But when it started, I had to go. Because when you're an entrepreneur, in the first instances, you have to be a multiple people. But once something starts, the structure is now there, I then concentrate on I then maximize my strengths and bring in other people to help me. But you cannot bring people to help you when you've got no money. How are you going to pay them? Unoroa. Last question, then we go for our eats. If there isn't, going once, going twice. Last question, last test question. MC, where are you? Oh, you're the MC. Okay.
Thank you, Doc. You talked about diversifying when you're rich. I wanted to ask that, is it possible to diversify on paper? What do I mean by that? Let's say, this is the example. I read Herald business section like all the time. So this is what happened this other time. 2015, I saw there was wheat shortage. That's 2015. And then 2017, I saw it again. 2019, I saw it again. As a business student, you'd say, okay, so in Zimbabwe, there's wheat shortage. I saw it in 2015, I saw it in 2016. Now, I may not have the capacity to jump into it, to get into it right now, to meet the demand, but I can diversify on paper. Like, okay, so right now I'm doing ABC, this is what I'm doing, this is my level. And I can write on my paper, say, or maybe 2025, if in Zimbabwe, if there's still wheat shortage, I might jump into it. I don't know if you get my...
Yes, so, look, I am a student of fiducious reading, wide reading. I read geography, I read science, I read politics, I read, okay, so that I can be aware of the world system or the economic system that I'm living in. You understand what I'm saying? So, but I'm not going to invest in all the things that are lacking. You understand what I'm saying? So for me right now, I don't agree with your diversification on paper. You are wasting 20%. That time you are reading that, you must be reading on how you can make what you are now doing to be excellent and making money in what you are. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Okay, so focus. Make sure that whatever you have decided to focus on, you are the best and you are reading. So I would rather first read in material concerning the area that I am already in and which is giving me money right now. You understand what I'm saying? So I do then read a bit, but my main focus, I spend 80%. So what I do with the Pareto Principle, I know that 20% gives me 80%. So I then make sure that my 20% becomes my what? My 80. And the other 20, that gives me, you understand what I'm saying? So I still apply the Pareto, but inverted now. The things that give me the 20%, which was my 20%, is now my what? My 80%, so that it amplifies my money. The 80% things, I now do it little, so that when I'll be reading and planning on paper and all those kind of things. But right now, you cannot be reading things that do not add value to your business. You cannot be buying a book that does not add value to your business. You must do things that make you the best in what is giving you money now. Okay? But obviously, you then keep 20% scanning for the next opportunity. For the next opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? But you maximize where you are right now. I hope that answers your question. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Over to the MC.